Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech. So I think we're just going to pass some time here. The Jaeger mech will be refitted in 4 days with slightly superior weaponry, and 4 days isn't really enough time to go anywhere, and honestly I think the contracts that we're set up with here are pretty good. I'm looking at a couple of 2.5s. These might be tricky, but we did pretty well on the 2 that we just did, so I think we're just gonna chill for 4 days. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing of value that we could be doing during this time, so we're just gonna hang out on the Argo here until the Jaeger mech is fixed. Okay. Work on Jaeger mech complete. Let's go smash some stuff. For money, but also just because I like to. So we have here reliable information that a remote Canopian laboratory is attempting to reverse engineer sensitive local government technology in violation of the usage license. Are you seriously going to use giant robots to defend IP law? Is that what we're doing today? I mean, that's a lot of money. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, just they have failed to respond to our communications that they cease and desist these unlawful operations. This one has the same listed difficulty, but also a higher max payout. They're both plus 16 reputation at the height. Many years ago, we fought a lengthy conflict with the pirates here in Herotitus. Recently, however, news has trickled in from a remote region of the planet. Enemy forces harrying regional transportation. Eyewitness reports describe very old mechs in colors from the conflict long since ended. We are to show these old mech warriors that the war is over for them as well. Yeah, that sounds very doable. And it pays better. So let's get in there. I'm wondering if I should take more priority salvage picks so that we could try to put together some more chassis. No, we need money, right? I keep spending the money at an incredible rate. Let's 1.5. That's actually, isn't this tier usually 1.4? Well, whatever. I'll take 1.5 and 600,000. Yeah, just raw cash. I think if we put together functional mech chassis and then we sell them, that can make us a fair amount of money. But also, money is money. I don't know if you knew that. Thought I would just enlighten everybody. It turns out that money is money, in addition to other things being money. Wait. No, I totally did spend our points, didn't I? I was gonna say I forgot to spend my XP, but no, I did that at the end of last episode because I knew I wouldn't remember to do it here. Yep, okay. Good on me for knowing my weaknesses. So yeah, let's drop. I'm happy with the crew as it is. Man, I'm eager to get those extra mech bays open. A little bit of versatility, I think, will benefit us, and also having at least 8 functional mechs means that we can put together 2 teams, and we won't have to wait if we get into a situation where one team, a crucial mech in one of the teams is too screwed up to run. So yeah, I'd like to put together 8 reasonable functional mechs. I'd like to have roughly 2 of each sort of role. I need 2 long-range, siege artillery mechs. I need 2 light mechs. I don't need light mechs. What I need is fast mechs, right? The reason that I'm interested in keeping a Locust or a Jenner or whatever, probably not a Locust at this point, but a Jenner around is not because it is small specifically, but because it goes in phase 4 of the initiative order. Having a mech that has a high maximum initiative is really, really valuable, so that you can do that, wait till the end of the turn, and then take 2 actions, or take 2 consecutive turns thing. I wonder if there's a way to increase the initiative of a mech, if there's some kind of part you can slot or something that lets you trade some tonnage for some speed. Alright, move forward and clear them out. The mechs may be old and poorly maintained, but they can still kill you, and it sounds like the pilots will be fairly experienced. Medusa, you never seen a tree before? Is that what you confused about whether those are trees? You know, dude is, listen, he's got his uses, but we don't keep him around for his abundance of book learning.
Position confirmed.
Well, got a reading.
moving. Mm-hmm.
Man, this Centurion is slow as heck. I know what you're saying. Hey, SB, language, come on, man. Sorry, I just, I get heated sometimes. That was my heated gaming moment. Well, I want vision. You know what? It's probably fine to have Medusa run out like this. Cover and 4 evasive charges is probably good enough to keep us together. I was trying to get vision on this thing so that we can maybe start plinking away at it with the Centurion from super far away. But it looks like this is the best we're going to get. Well, let's put the behemoth up front and give him something else to shoot at. So where do I think they're going to come from? This is the edge of the map. I'm going to try to face so that my front side is still facing this way. Try not to expose my back to anything jumping up over from the lowlands.
Good to go.
Oh my god, you're slow. Why are you so slow?
Don't need to tell me twice.
If I'm gonna end my turn by going into guard or by hitting guarded, I don't actually need to get into cover.
Commander.
Okay, well I can get some kind of shot. Now, you're gonna fire your gun. You actually do need to be in cover.
Location confirmed.
Put some autocannon fire into this thing. It's a little obstructed, but we can still get some real damage out here if the AC-5s hit.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, good damage. Something coming up the hill. I told you they'd come from the lowlands. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of missile batteries there. Those are either like a couple of LRM-10 batteries or maybe 3 or 4 smaller LRMs.
Good to go.
Well, I could just wait. I'm debating the value of waiting versus the value of getting over here so that I'm a little harder to target from those guys. We can get pretty close, dump all the medium lasers on this dude, and still be pretty covered and pretty evasive. And then if we move the Shadowhawk out this way to sort of intercept, then this guy has that that difficult facing decision to make, right? And we can maybe think to getting some melee action in next turn. Yeah, I like this. So let's end up facing...
On my way.
It looks like they're all acting on 2, so we might be able to put this guy away, or at least take care of some of his weaponry. So we got an AC-2, an LRM-15. Wow. A medium laser and some ammo. It would be cool if we could get a real good shot to left torso. If I were to go for a precision strike, I could get 48% to the left torso with each of my weapons. It needs to take 72 damage, so I would need to hit 3 times. The odds of this working are pretty... I think the odds of this working to just take his torso off are low enough that it's not worth burning inspiration. Let's just let everybody else have their slightly easier shots.
Giving them everything I've got.
Got there anyway.
Reporting critical hit.
Alright, so that's 2 wounds to the pilot then, right? Because we did a torso destruction and we blew up an ammo cache that was near the cockpit. I think that that's 2 damage to the pilot, which puts us in a real good position.
You betcha.
Alright, yeah, let him have it with everything. I think we can take this guy out before he gets a turn.
Should have run when you had the chance.
That was a messy kill. We're not going to get a lot of salvage off of that one.
Commander.
But I feel pretty good about it on the whole. Oh man, there's nowhere I can get double evasive and also cover. Well, I guess I'm just going to have her go guarded anyway, so... The cover doesn't actually matter, right? Because guarded and cover don't stack. I think guarded and cover don't stack. Now I feel uncertain. Is that another Jaeger mech? Well, I think they don't currently... I was about to say they don't currently have vision, but never mind, they have sensor locks.
I'm listening.
I need to get sensor lock. This is a thing we need to do more often. I guess there's really no reason for you to take your turn then. Let's wait until after this guy moves. Maybe he'll move close enough that we can actually get a shot on him. Man, that is so many LRMs.
Whoa! Easy on the armor, buddy.
I wonder if that guy is rocking a pair of 15s. That seems very possible. Yeah, cover does not stack with guarded. Okay. I was not making that up.
Full speed sounds good.
Alright, I think from here we should be able to get clean shots next turn.
Orders.
I don't like this. I can't turn enough. Is there any place that I can get... I can't get 4 evasive charges and cover and be able to turn so that that guy's not shooting me in the side or back. So I guess I'll just take the 3 charges.
Position confirmed.
Yeah, it looks like they're all running the same mech. I almost said flying. They're all flying the same mech. So do I want a precision strike here? What are we looking at? AC2... Yeah, looking at a bunch of mechs that would really like this engagement to occur at long range. Pair of LRM-15s, man. It sure would be cool if we could take some of those home, although I'm sure they're massive. The real question is whether it's worth using the precision strike, right? So we could go precision strike to the torso. I'm not really clear on how this works. Will the LRM be salvageable if I don't destroy the arm but I do knock it off? If I destroy the torso but leave the arm mostly intact, does that... It says LA destroyed. Does that mean that the... I don't know. I don't know. If I were to go precision strike and try to just put it all into the center, not going to be able to hit it from here. We could take his leg down. I have to get 115 damage into it for that to work. You know what? I don't think this is worth using our morale called shot. We'll do it with one of the heavier mechs.
All weapons, fire.
Because I only have enough morale to use one called shot while maintaining inspiration.
Commander?
Okay, I can't get an unobstructed straight shot. But I'll take an obstructed straight shot. That works for me. She actually does have sensor lock. I just haven't been using it because I forgot I had it. What's the center torso armor looking like? 147. I think I'm going to try to go to the center torso with these weapons. We could probably take its leg off. We could maybe take its leg off. I'm not that likely to get even one hit, and it would take 2... No, I'm going to try to go to the center torso. I want to try to kill this thing without destroying it, if we can get that figured out. Want some of these weapons to be salvageable. Trying to get close enough here to be able to employ the SRMs. Okay. We've done some good work. I'm still just barely holding on to Inspired. I think we'll
Firing a full salvo.
we'll keep it. Alright, well, we took off the left torso. That does rob it of about half of its weapons.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Really, just sensor locking rather than attacking. Huh. Okay.
Confirmed.
This guy's unsteady enough that I think if I hit him with all the autocannons, it'll, even if it doesn't kill him, it'll put him on the ground. This might be a good time to use the other precision strike. Because at this point, anything hitting the center torso is lethal. And he's about to get his turn.
Here goes everything.
Alright.
Next warriors, show them what you've got.
And then the guy remaining, unfortunately for him, doesn't actually get a turn until after every one of my mechs has had another turn. So I think this is going to be tough for him. He is in cover. And I can't get close enough for melee, unfortunately. But we can just dump 4 mechs worth of weapons directly into his face. And I think that's an acceptable compromise.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, wow. Structure exposed from the first laser hit. These things are really not being kept up very well. Do I have... I don't quite have punch range. That's a shame. Well, we've certainly got optimal SRM range on him. I guess it would probably be good if I was back a little bit more for the for the AC-5. Okay. Head hit, lots of good damage. Starting to look fairly unsteady.
Got it.
This Centurion is really doing its job. I just gotta remember to use the sensor lock in the future.
Firing everything I've got.
Okay, so I think we got one of his AC-5s by taking off his arm, and then we got the other one there with a lucky crit, so... Oh wow, nothing connected. That's embarrassing. I guess he's not really at optimal range for most of his weapons. We do have a lot of... He does have a number of medium lasers, though, I suppose. Get close enough to actually use our lasers for a change. Yeah, I think it's very unlikely he survives this.
This is everything I got.
Well, I'm impressed. Thing's sturdier than it looks.
Ready for orders.
Let's kick it in the face.
Location confirmed.
Need a moment to burn off some of this heat anyway.
Standing by.
Alright, well, if this doesn't kill it, it'll probably knock it over at least.
Confirmed.
There's not really a lot of mech left here, though. How is that pilot still alive? That dude is hard to perish.
Waiting for orders.
Well, I think this is probably it. You have fought bravely.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Okay, unsurprisingly, we didn't really get any hits to the head there. Zone is clean, the board is green. Darius, I think you're misleading me about the difficulty of these missions. Because that one felt considerably easier than the last one. But, I mean, I guess, to be fair, the difficulty is an abstract measure, and also the difficulty rating is sort of a guess on his part. I don't know, this one sounds like it might be tough. He's doing his best, it's fine. Okay, pretty good pay. Making some good moves with the mercenary review board. Hey look, we got a star. I guess that would allow us to hire better pilots or something. We sustained no meaningful damage. Nothing got through the armor. Tons of XP, actually. Yeah, pretty good mission. So we could pull some more Jaeger mech parts out of the wreckage here. Ooh, wow. LRM 15++. Let's take that. Yeah, damage 4 times 15. That's starting to get pretty real. Stability damage 2, but it hits 15 times. Yes, this is what I want. We got 2 pieces of the Jaeger mech anyway. As common as those things seem to be, I don't think we're going to have trouble putting together another one. And then we can sell that. That'll keep us in whatever it is that people in this universe eat in space. Soy? I think in a lot of sci-fi settings, the spaceship food is heavily soy-based. But hey, we probably got like some nice flavor faucets or something. Taking a suspiciously long time to load me back into my ship. So hey everybody, how are you? I'm having an okay day. Better than yesterday. Yesterday I woke up and the water to our building was off with no warning and no posted reason or anything. That was a fun thing to find out after I had gone to the bathroom already. And today I saw my first wasps of the spring, which is lovely. There are always a lot of wasps around here, and I have like a deep primal fear. Something about the shape of their bodies, I guess. But man, I cannot be within 10 feet of one of those things. My body, without consulting my brain, my body just gets up and moves away. Usually very quickly, sometimes while crying. It's a bad look. Is this thing even still running? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think maybe it's not. Screen just flashed, and my cursor became an hourglass. I might have to, Man, I'd heard that the game has some technical issues, but, I mean, we haven't seen anything yet, so I was thinking that I might be one of the lucky ones. I often seem to be. Except with Dishonored 2. I certainly had some problems with Dishonored 2. I guess we're going to give this another minute. So hey, let's talk about something else, I guess. How about TV? Man, TV's good now, huh? This is small talk. I can't make small talk with real people in real life when they can respond and prompt and help me. So this is truly difficult. I'm gonna, yeah, it's, okay. It crashed. It finally crashed out. I have been really, really enjoying Legion, though. While I'm restarting the game here, I'm going to continue talking to you about television. If you have a way to watch Legion, and I'm not going to try to recommend to you specific ways or judge you for the ways in which you get things done. But if you have the method to watch Legion, I would highly recommend it. I do think you probably, if this is the first time you're hearing of it, don't just start watching the new stuff. You probably do have to watch it from the beginning. I don't know that it would hang together without context, but it's very, very good. We're finally getting to the point where comic book based media is starting to feel confident enough, confident enough to be weird in the way that good comics are weird. So it's possible we'll just lose that entire mission, I guess. Listen, I enjoy fighting giant robots. If I have to replay the mission, it's not the end of the world. I would survive. But you know, like it was the case for a long time, especially like during the 90s. that like stuff that was based on comic books, people would buy the rights to a comic book property and then they would make a thing and they'd be like, well, but we got to scale it back a little bit. All these people like this thing, but I'm convinced they don't know what they're doing. What we need is to make it a little grimmer, a little grittier, a little more realistic, and that's how you end up with, you know, the comic book movies. Not to say that I hate all of them. There's certainly a good Batman or two made during the 80s and 90s. Also, many other Batmans that were less good. But I'm happy that we're now getting movies that are like Thor Ragnarok and shows that are like Legion, where it's just like, a lot of comics are experimental and super weird, and that's something I really like about them, and I'm glad that we're seeing that crossover into the other stuff where more money has to be spent. The people who have the money are notoriously reluctant to take chances. Boy, the game's still loading up. It sure doesn't usually take this long. I wonder if a patch got pushed and my system's not handling it well. Let's see where we end up here. As soon as it actually lets me... No, don't quit. I clicked campaign. Don't quit game. Do we have an autosave, like from the end of the mission or something, maybe? Boy, clicking the load button has just frozen everything right up, huh? Okay, there we go. Autosave pre-mission. Well, that's unfortunate. But I guess that's what we're doing. In the future, I'll try to cut when there are audio issues. I guess since I've already filled all this time, we're just gonna press on. But in the future, I won't make you wait with me through technical stuff. Speaking of comic book things, I saw Infinity War, and I will not spoil it in any way, except to say that I thought it was quite good. And if you are a person who's been enjoying the Marvel stuff so far, I do think it is totally worth your time. Although, if you're a person who's enjoying the Marvel stuff so far, I probably didn't have to say anything to get you to go see it. Man, the music in this game is so good. And you know what? I haven't shown the opening cinematic. I showed the opening cinematic of the campaign, but there's a cinematic that plays when you load the game up that I just escaped out of real quickly here to get to the menu. But it does, like, it fills you in a little bit. It's like, here's what humanity was doing at 2100, and here's 2500, and it's actually super good. It's very, very evocative of a certain sort of feeling. All of the presentation stuff in this game is just fantastic. I'm kind of surprised that flamers generate little heat when fired. I assumed that you were making a significant heat trade-off. Like, I get heated, but you get more heated. I guess, you know, all the fire's on the outside. And probably it's not just shooting fire, right? It's probably shooting, like, napalm or something similar and igniting that. So it's not just that there is a fire near the enemy mech, but you're starting a fire on the surface of the enemy mech that just hangs there and sticks. So probably that's where a lot of the heat comes from. McCarran's Armored Cavalry, the Big Mac. This is not a good name for a mercenary unit. Listen, I'm running a unit called the Subliminal Butterflies. I'm not trying to say that I am an arbiter on what is cool and badass. What I am trying to say is that I wouldn't name my mercenary unit after a sandwich of any kind, really. And honestly, I don't even think that the Big Mac is particularly good as far as sandwiches go. I would put that's a low mid-tier sandwich. It's too much bread. It's too much stuff in there that's not the meat. You know, like if I'm gonna eat a tall sandwich, I want the tallness of it to be like 80% the burger part. You put all like lettuce and extra bread. Just put extra bread in the sandwich. It's just wasteful. That is wasting my time as a person. Sometimes withdrawing from a mission is the best thing for your bottom line, the loading screen tells us. I I'm a little nervous about how difficult the game's going to be. I have to say, we're looking at about half of the maximum level of indicatable difficulty, though, right? This 2.5 out of 5s have not been super hard so far. Maybe it never really gets that difficult. I kind of figured that the part of what makes it hard is that your costs continue to rise, right? All these upgrades that we're making to the ship are increasing our monthly layout, and I believe we have to pay a monthly maintenance fee for each mech, and we're paying for our pilots and stuff. I assume that the big danger is that incremental costs will eventually make it difficult for you to run enough missions to stay solvent. I suppose that's why this tip is worded the way it is, as being for your bottom line. Yeah, you might lose some mechs or some pilots, that's whatever, but listen, if it screws up the balance sheet, that's when you're really in trouble. Sometimes video games are a little bit too close to real life, you know? Well, I think we might be in a serious technical problem here. I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't been staring at that loading circle in the upper left very closely, but I don't think it's moved in quite some time. So this has been a fascinating episode. I'm glad you're all here with me. We suffer together, and it makes us bond, maybe, I guess. But we might have to call this one if I can't figure out what's going on here. Well, it just minimized. That's a sign that it's doing something. Oh, hey, look, we're here. We're here, and we are... Oh, we're, like... I thought it was going to load me into the battle, at least. Well... We could do this mission again. Although, I suppose there's some chance that the mission itself is what caused the issue, and that maybe loading... No, but it was when we were loading back, right? You know what? We're going to do this one more time. This is the world we live in. Got some kind of bizarre time loop occurring. But we'll deal with it. We are the subliminal butterflies. We fight any enemy, physical or metaphysical. Especially if we have literally no other choice. That's when we're most likely to fight. So then we get to sit at the loading screen again. I can't believe that the pre-mission save is actually like pre-mission. Like, I thought for sure it was just going to load us into the beginning of the battle. And if it wasn't loading like all the mech graphics and stuff, what the hell were we sitting there so long for? Can't underestimate these old timers. Fortunately, we can't expect poorly maintained mechs. The upside here is that we do have knowledge. We do have foreknowledge. We are prescient. But honestly, I don't know what to do about the fact that they have 10 million LRMs. Like, we're gonna get shot. It's okay. LRMs are so low damage, even when there's... Well, we were taking volleys of 30, I guess. 30 times 4 is still really not that dangerous relative to the level of armor that we have. You know, they don't all hit the same area or anything. So there's not really a reason for us to do anything other than commit at maximum speed, right?
Location confirmed.
Affirmative.
I tried to click her move forward before we got contact. I guess it doesn't matter. She gets to take her move before the battle starts anyway.
Let's hit him hard.
Okay, well, you know, this battle was fun the first time. I think now that we know him moving forward won't give us vision, there's no reason for him to take his action yet. And in fact, there's probably no reason for any of us to act until phase 1, right? They're going to get the shot if they're going to get the shot because they got tactics and LRMs. Oh, hey, it's actually different. I assumed that the random qualities of the mission were generated at the time that the mission is put on the table, but I guess we're learning something here. Yeah, let's go all the way to
I'm
1.
holding tight.
At this point, why not? See if anything else draws up on us. Okay, we're still seeing LRM fire. That certainly wasn't 30, though. Things about the mission are a little different.
Orders.
Well, we can threaten this guy with a double attack from the Jenner.
Bandits.
Picking up. Alright. So a dragon. A DRG-1N. LRM-10. Okay, the AC-5's a little dangerous. So the right arm is the one we care about the most. Unfortunately, not really an available target from this side. Okay, just let him have it then.
Commander.
Got some reasonable damage in there. Oh wait, we can get her into the trees. Yeah, let's do this.
Location confirmed.
I may have turned too much to the left there. Yeah, we're fine. And yeah, I don't think I want to do anything really fancy here. Just let this guy have it. I guess we could try to... just go to the left torso. We'd take care of a laser... We'd take care of both of his lasers. Let's just let him have it. We're going to be able to put enough damage into this guy before his next turn that I'm not actually that worried. Okay, a little bit of injury to the pilot.
Yeah. Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, can we get a good shot for the Centurion? We cannot. But I can at least get a direct
I
shot.
read you, Commander. Moving out.
Obstructed, but direct. He does not have a lot of evasion left. So yeah, even with the obstruction, these are pretty good hit chances. Yeah, I'm going to do the called shot with her, because she really benefits from the extra hit chance from the lowered difficulty. And we'll see if we can't, in fact, finish off this torso bit. Okay, so that pilot's taken 2 damage now. We might be close to a kill. Unfortunately, there's no way really to know how much health the pilot has. People seem to mostly be split between 3 and 4. I think Bell actually may have had 5, but also it didn't help him very much.
Guess I'll give it to him then.
Come on, hit him in the head. Oh, was that a knockdown? It was not quite a knockdown, but we can get a knockdown.
Standing by.
Right, yeah, the SRMs will finish it. So this thing is probably mostly long-range weaponry. It probably does not want me to get all up on it, so let's do that. Let's get all up on it.
On it.
And yeah, I don't think there's much sense in doing anything other than really letting go. I guess I'm so likely to hit the center torso that I maybe don't need to fire everything. Could we save a little heat by turning off half the lasers? So I only need 1 shot to the center torso to be lethal. We have 3 weapons, and they can't really hit most of his other parts. I think this should be fine.
Confirmed.
Yep, there it is.
Let's get this done, folks.
That's a kill.
Yes, thank you, Medusa. We all saw it. It's a giant robot. Alright, so whatever this is, it's a little faster. Doesn't seem to have a lot of long-range options. Where's my sensor lock? I'm going to move you up to a more aggressive position, and we're going to actually employ this. What do we have? It is a Wolverine.
Good to go.
I can't even get... Oh, no, that's right. She only has SRMs now. Alright, so since I'm going to just be guarding, I don't really need the cover. I just need the evasive charges. And the Centurion should actually be able to put a little bit of fire into this guy.
I'm listening.
Or the Jaeger mech, rather. Oh no, that's the Centurion. The one who has the sensor lock is also the one who has the long-range missiles. That's probably a thing we need to fix.
Hightailing it. Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit of redesign here. We might just switch the pilots, I guess. That might be good enough.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, we can definitely threaten this thing from this side. I'm not actually worried about this thing doing meaningful damage. I don't mind that I can't turn far enough to block him. Yeah, let's get maximum evasive charges.
On my way.
Okay, a quick draw. We have part of a quick draw chassis, don't we? I think so. 4 medium lasers and an SRM-4. I may have overcommitted. And of course the LRMs are on this side. Shoot. This is not ideal. Gain guarded and entrenched. I don't think this is necessary.
All weapons, fire.
Not quite as much damage as I was hoping for, if I'm being honest. Okay, this thing has some actual damage potential. You know, the last team we fought, I feel like was much less dangerous than these two mechs are.
Standing by.
Well,
What
we need
can
to
I
put
do
some
for ya?
pain into this thing. I need to soften this guy up so that he can't just murder Medusa.
Receiving you.
But unfortunately, neither of my mechs are really in a good position to do that. And it may be the case that the best play here is to just punch this guy. Yeah, well, he has no stability damage on him. I guess the smart thing to do is to hit him in the back armor as much as possible. Where's his SRM? Left torso? I can't quite get him into radius. I can't shoot him in the left torso, really, without giving my back to the quick draw. Maybe we just run over here, and we dump the SRMs into this side. Probably don't even fire the autocannon. Or rather, she can multi-target. We'll fire the autocannon at the distant guy. No sense firing at this range where it's almost certainly not even going to hit.
I copy.
I'm surprised that wasn't more total stability damage than that. And that still strips an evasion charge. Yeah, that's not bad, actually.
I hear ya.
Okay, she can also multi-target, so like we can move into the trees here, dump the LRMs into the far target, and the lasers into the close target. Yeah, I think our poor Jenner's just gonna have to eat a hit here. Sorry, little dude.
Coordinates received.
He's a tough guy. He'll be fine. He's no Decker. Which I mean as a compliment, in case that wasn't clear. So do our LRM dump like this? Yeah, I think this makes sense.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Yeah, I wish. If you could reliably hit people in the head, that would actually be very helpful. Wow. Well, he didn't hit the Jenner. He also didn't move. Oh, he has that thing that lets you move after attacking. Okay. I was gonna say he didn't clear any of the stability damage we did. So
Right here.
now we have the Jaeger mech. I'm still more concerned about this guy than I am about this guy, but I'm less so now that he's shown that he has no interest in fighting the Jaeger mech solo. So I guess the question is, Which one of them can we take down first? I want there to be fewer enemies. I want there to be exactly one enemy.
Confirmed.
Let's move to a cover position and see what we can do. This guy's taken a fair number of hits to this side. Yeah, all of the armor on this side is looking pretty soft. But in general, fairly tough. Versus this other target, also showing fairly tough, actually. Yeah, alright, the quick draw is more dangerous and I think probably easier to take down.
Fire and everything. Oh, now I'm just tearing you up.
Alright, Pendula, you just calm down a little bit. So, we could go for a punch here, but our punch, with given this mech's small mass, punch is considerably less damaging than a close range just dump everything, and we can dump directly into his wounded side, the back of his wounded side, in fact. It's hard for me to imagine that this is wrong. Right, if we shoot from right here, we're going to hit the back left, which means all of the stuff is going to go right into the center torso. We're probably gonna kill his left torso. We're gonna dump a ton of damage into the center torso. We might hit the leg. I think this is pretty good.
This should be good.
Yeah, we got some decent structure damage in there. Okay, no real ill effect, it looks like. Stability could be a little better.
Orders. Good to go.
Well, I mean, I think we should take advantage of the fact that this thing has opened its backside. That's maybe not a great way to express that, I suppose. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this again. I guess we could try to focus a little bit more on the quick draw, like a couple of these weapons. Honestly, maybe we don't even actually multi-target. Maybe we just go to the quick draw because we can probably kill it. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to get rid of it before it takes another action.
Yes, Commander.
Does the Shadowhawk go after it, or do we just... Okay, she can't jump anywhere near it. She can run around to the backside of this guy. But again, I have to be careful not to show my back. I guess if we think we might be able to kill the quick draw before it gets another turn, maybe I'm not that worried about showing my back to it. Okay, here I could turn like this. Honestly, the armor damage isn't really even that bad. Trying to determine whether I want to punch this thing. No, we gotta try to kill this quick draw. Move to a position where I can still keep my front to both of the enemies and try to get rid of this thing. It certainly does not have a lot of structure remaining, pretty much anywhere. Yeah, we've done 3 damage to the pilot now. And it managed to not fall over. That's crazy. Its stability damage bar was 100% full. And a knockdown there would have been lethal. There's no way that pilot has more than 4 health, right? Alright, well now this thing's the target again because it is going to act before the quick draw acts again. I don't think there's a whole lot of reason for me to move. I guess I'm too close a little bit. We could use Precision Strike to negate a lot of that. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't really have that much health from the back. We might be able to just core this thing. I saw too many misses there.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so the quick draw is not really a danger. But also, this is not exactly our most damaging mech, so maybe having it go after the quick draw makes sense. I mean, it's able to put 132 damage into something at close range. Is that actually our least damaging mech? Oh, well, they're both going on 2 this turn anyway, I guess. Yeah, let's just finish this thing off. I want 2 evasive charges or cover. I can get both.
Moving out.
Okay, well, I guess we can't fully dump here. We do have to turn off some of these weapon systems.
Roger that.
Mech warriors, show them what you've got.
Alright, I'm impressed with that guy for managing to survive the last turn.
Good to go.
I mean, I guess it's not like he did anything. He just didn't get killed. But still, it's a level of toughness that is, honestly a little scary. It looks like we completely stripped... I mean, I almost perfectly distributed the damage over the back. Alright, there we go. I probably didn't need to fire with everything, but I wanted to be sure.
Hostile removed.
Okay, did we take any structural damage that time? I think we're still good with no repairs. Alright, this time, it's totally going to load us back into the Argo with no problems. Right? That's certainly what's going to happen. Okay, 613. Unfortunately, that means, yeah, no structural damage, no injuries. That means we don't get our LRM 15++. I'm very annoyed with that. An AC 5++ is cool, though. And we gotta take the quick draw part, right? I want to be able to put together a quick draw. Yeah, the AC 5++ is good. I don't think it's as good as those LRMs were, but we'll take it. Okay, we got some generic stuff. Yeah, that's... Man, that's disappointing. Look at the loading bar now. It is as though it's embarrassed about what happened earlier. Please, accept our forgiveness. We'll get that taken care of right away. Huh, a high gut skill lessens the time a mech warrior needs in the medbay. I don't think that is something that was made obvious by the guts progression. You know, like the little... on the actual character sheet, the little bar, I don't think it says anything about that. That's handy to know. So high gut skill is valuable for your close range mechs, which are more likely to sustain multiple hits due to being exposed to all of the enemies as soon as you start getting in there for the punch. Hey look, it worked this time. Awesome. So, let's go spend our experience before I forget. 22 days. You're coming back, Mitch. Soon.
Good to go.
Soon we will all be together again. So, I think on her I was working toward Breaching Shot, because Breaching Shot seems super good.
Mech warrior training complete.
Orders.
You were definitely headed toward Ace Pilot. Okay. Extra max sprint. You know, I don't sprint that often with him, because it's so often the case that he can get in on people and throw a decent attack. But we could probably get back armor a lot more if get shots to people's back armor if I was willing to sprint a little bit more. You know, we really just need Panama to also have sensor lock. I think that's probably how we solve the problem of the missiles being on the wrong mech. And we have just enough XP to make it happen. Okay, cool. So, there's no real damage to the mechs. I think the armor gets patched up right away, right? We go back to full armor automatically. Yeah. Cool. Okay, very successful both times. That is unfortunately going to have to be where we call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to do another mission, hopefully just once. And we'll see you then.